Not gonna lie, it's hard working on creative anything when everything else is going on around me. And I'm thinking of the Freedom Flotilla, I'm thinking of LA and everyone there just fighting to be seen as humans. And it's heavy. And it's just as hard, especially for someone like me that feels a lot and that I input a lot of the things that I feel into the stories that I write and into the characters that I write. That is just, now it just seems as if the ordinary bruja is that much more important. But then I'm fighting against the emotions that I'm feeling right now in order to continue to pour into that project. So it's like this push and pull going on. And for the past 2 nights, I just have been staying up, and I wake up and then I look at what's going on, and it's just like this whole influx of anxiety that happens when you're watching that, and it's insane. Everything just feels short. What can I say? But to do everything that you can within the means that you have and within the capacity that you have to help. I'm amplifying posts, I'm reposting, I'm donating money. You see what I'm saying? So, whatever you can do, do it. Now is not the time to divide ourselves. Now is the time to come together and do something within our own means, within what we can do. So I hope that that's what we're focusing on right now. But I also saw a post online saying that our voices, what we're creating, and things of that nature are very important nowadays, because we got to think of what the future generation will see about this time. And I try to get into the concept of, like, in my head, like, hey, it's very important for me to continue what I'm doing. Because what I write is not superficial. What I write is very real, very honest and raw about identity, about the Latina experience and the diaspora here in the United States, to reclaim that and become powerful within what we are and who we are, understanding the good and the bad. That is us. I remind myself that, and even when I feel so heavy, where it's like I don't even want to, like, through the manuscript, and mind you, I'm close to finishing putting the inputs on it, but even when I feel heavy, I still push myself to do at least one chapter and go through one chapter. I have the 99 design going on that pushes me because of schedule of finalists and all of that. That just pushes me to continue on doing that. Once I paid for these designs, it's like I gotta use them because that's money that's already spent. So I gotta use it. So I'm doing all these things to kind of push myself in the direction that I know I need to go. Though it feels heavy, and that is my way to just keep moving forward, but at the same time just going inward and being introspective and journaling, and then just thinking about things that are going on, what I can do to recharge, and what I can do to help others as well. So all of that is going on simultaneously, so that way I can continue to live and function in the environment that I'm in. And all I can do is just to share what I do in the hopes that other people may find some similarities or some common ground in there, and can see from what I do something that they can do themselves while adapting it to their own means and resources and their own capabilities. That's what I do on my podcast as well. And that's why I shifted June theme from being still for a purpose, being still so that way you can advocate. Because I feel that, and that pause is a strategic thing. That way we can recharge and we can come up and do something within our means, capabilities, and resources. You see what I'm saying? So I had to think about that one, because I was like, I need to pivot, because so much of the language that I'm seeing on social media and in the news is instigating violence. And I'm a big advocate that violence starts here and here before it manifests physically, right? Into what we normally will call violence. Um, that's why I like shifted the focus, because I want people to understand that. So when they see these words, when they hear these words, they can be cognizant of them and they can do something to that conversation around, question that person who is saying those things, right? And educate. So that way people understand, look, these words are not just words. These words are not superficial. These words don't come peacefully. These words advocate for a certain kind of behavior by first dehumanizing the people that these words are being used to describe, because that's how it starts. So that's why I shifted the entire theme just a little, because I think stillness is still part of it. One must be still in order to strategize, to center oneself, so that way we can come out propelled better, right? To do the things and be more focused on what we need to do to help our environment, help our neighbors, help our family, our friends, right? While also being in tune to our needs as well. And I think that's why it was just a slight shift, not a complete shift. But that's what you're going to hear when you listen to my podcast, because that's a way that I can give back by using my voice, by educating those that are listening to my voice, that follow me online, that follow me on my podcast and everything. I've been doing it through my books, through my stories as well. And I'll continue to do it that way, by posting these very real things in a fictional story, so that way people can see it through a different lens and are able to digest it a little bit better, because it's not through a preaching pulpit kind of lens, but it's more through a fictional storytelling kind of thing. And we all know that people learn better through storytelling. So that's why these stories matter so much. That's why our voices, our experiences matter so much right now. So that way we can show other people that humanity that is linked to every single one of us, and how that humanity connects us all. So be still with a purpose. I'll talk to y'all later.